So I'm going to make up a function here that's slightly better than what they've given you. Let's let the screen load up here. So let's say it's f of x equals x squared minus 4x minus plus 15. Let's do that. Okay. So we're gonna
You first
like
start out with dividing 4, right?
yeah, I would prefer you to move the 15 to the other side of the equation. Like imagine there's an equal 0 here
Okay.
and move that. So it's x squared minus 4x equals minus 15. But yeah, now you're going to deal with this 4. You're going to cut it in half.
Yeah.
So that's x minus 2 squared.
Okay.
You cut that 4 in half, you put it down here. It's negative 4, so you cut it in half. And then what do you put in this position here? Do you recall that?
You do 4 and 4.
Yeah, plus 4. And I'm sorry, I chose a bad number here. I knew this was weird. Let's go with so this was minus 3. So plus 4 here. So this equals 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you're completing the square, you move this 1 back. So you subtract 1 from both sides.
Yeah.
And so you have x minus 2 squared minus 1 like this. Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's good. Let me get it all down. All right.
Okay, so there's a number of things they ask you, but like this is the completing the square part. Okay. And it's the same, like what I'm circling is the same as what's up here.
Yeah.
It actually is exactly the same, just in a different format. It's like putting a cheeseburger in a blender. You think of that. So they can ask you a bunch of things. They can ask you to find f of 0. Okay. And it's actually better. Like you have a choice here. You can either use what we just found, or you can use the original form, which was the x squared minus 4x plus 3. Okay. And it doesn't matter. I would use the one on the right though, because 0 squared is 0, minus 4 times 0 is 0. Those go away. Whereas this one, you've got to subtract, square, and then subtract.
Yeah.
Okay. But you have to be able to do that. Okay. But that's the completing the square is done. Totally done with that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's a check, it's there. If you're going to do f of 0, maybe go over there to the right. Now for the other one where it says set f of x equal to 0, set f of x equals 0, it's better to use the completing the square one.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to use this form for that. Okay, now we'll actually do that in this one here. So you're setting the equation equal to 0.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to add 1 to both sides. You remember what to do from this point here.
You make case 1, case 2.
That's right. But you're taking the square root of both sides. So it's plus or minus square root of 1, square root of x minus 2 squared. On the right, it undoes the square root. On the left here, it's the case 1, case 2.
Okay. And then you make it case 1, case 2 there?
Yes, yes. You and I we prefer the variable on the left. X minus 2 equals 1, x minus 2 equals -1. So could you solve those for us, please?
Yeah. X equals 3, x equals 1.
Perfect. But what are these? Like we did all this work, we have to almost go back. You're setting f of x equal to 0. Really, that's y. So when x equals 3 and x equals 1, they're really paired up with x equals 3 and y equals 0, x equals 1 and y equals 0. These are your x-intercepts.
Okay.
Okay, so the previous one, when you were putting 0 in for x over here, 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 3, this is your y-intercept.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now the next thing they ask you are the transformations.
Yeah.
Sorry, why is this doing this? Okay, so the next thing it asks you are transformations. And for right now, we're going to keep it really simple. You're either going left or right, and that comes from the inside value. And then
And
upper,
is this the next problem? Like the next?
no, it's part C.
Oh, okay, so
And it really comes from knowing the vertex. Okay, so let me write the vertex form below it. X minus h squared plus k. The vertex is h comma k.
okay.
Can you tell me the value of h and the value of k?
The value of h is -2.
K
And
is actually, h is actually 2. It's the opposite sign of what's in
okay,
here.
and then would be 1 for k.
It's -1 because that one's same sign. So
Okay.
same sign. I mean, it's hard to remember, right? Why is one flipped and the other's not? That's just the
Oh,
way
yeah,
it
I see.
is.
The plus minus, yeah.
But this tells you the transformations. The first number is right or left, so it's right 2.
Yeah.
The second one is down 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should go through this list again, but do it with another problem.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine.
All right, so let's say f of x equals x squared plus 6x. Just give me a moment here so I can think of a number that works really well. Minus 16. Okay, so we want to first complete the square.
Yeah.
Do you want to try this one on your own, completing the square? Or do you want some help along the way? I didn't hear what you said.
I'll try to get as far as I can.
Okay, okay, sounds good.
And does it always equal 1?
No, no,
No,
that was, and this one does not equal 1.
it equals 6, -6.
Nope. So let's look at this together here, because so you really put that whatever that constant is, you move to the other side of the equation. So so do you have something that looks like this?
Yeah, I do.
Great,
So
great.
it equals 16.
So what goes inside parentheses?
X minus 3
Plus 3. It's plus because it matches that sign there.
and 2. Yeah.
What
And
goes here?
3.
3 squared,
So 6. 9.
9.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
this
9.
equals 25.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, let me do this.
Okay, then you can bring the 25 over.
Yeah.
You can subtract 25.
And you subtract 6 and 9.
There's no 6. What are
6,
you referring to?
9.
I'm sorry, I just didn't follow what you said. If you could just repeat.
Wait, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. No, the 6x and the plus 9, do you subtract that to get 3?
No.
Oh no, oh
It's
my god.
it's half.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
Half.
my gosh. I thought you were pointing like again. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so like let's just assume we're gonna do another one, but let's just say you got to here. Again, there's really two equations, right? There's the vertex form, and then there's the one that we started with, which was this one here. Okay. So the first thing they ask you for is f of 0.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can use either one, but I would use the one on the right to find it. And you're putting 0 in for x. 0 squared plus 6 times 0 minus 16.
Yeah. Okay.
What does that reduce to?
The 16. The
Just
16.
just the negative 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the negative 16.
It reduces to -8.
Just negative 16.
Oh. Okay.
0 squared is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. It's just the negative 16.
Oh, I thought okay. Yeah.
Right. So that's the y-intercept. Okay.
Okay.
The next one it asks for, which it looks really like to you, it looks very similar, but it's f of x equal to 0. And that means you're setting f of x equals 0. You're setting this f of x up here at the top 0. This is 0 equals this stuff on the right. 0 equals x plus 3 squared minus 25.
Okay. Okay. And then you make it into case 1, case 2.
You've got to get the number on the other side, add 25 to both sides first.
Okay.
Then you take the square root. Then it's case 1, case 2.
And you flip it around, right? And then make it x plus 3 equals 25.
Plus or minus the square root of 25.
Yeah.
You're taking the
That's
square root of both
what I
sides.
mean, plus or minus.
So this is your case 1, case 2.
Right, turns into x equals 2 and x equals 8. -8, sorry.
Negative 8. Good. And these are your x-intercepts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's an x-intercept at 2, 0 and -8, 0.
Okay. -8, 0, 2, 0. And then if there would be a graph, we would like plot the points and stuff.
We're gonna get the vertex next. That's the transformations. So
Yeah.
the transformations come from vertex form, x plus 3 squared minus 25. So again, like the vertex comes from knowing the vertex form, x minus h squared plus k. The vertex is at hk.
Okay.
Can you give me the vertex here of this one?
Yeah. It would be h would be -3.
Good.
And k would be positive 25.
It's negative 25. It's the same sign.
25.
So these tell you the transformations. Okay, these tell you h is left or right. So this is left 3. And k is up or down. So down 25.
So should I write like h equals to the side?
This is the way I presented it is pretty clear. Like if you show the formula and then the
Yeah.
number, if you want to, you can write this. I don't think it's as clear,
Yeah.
but you that is okay. And the instructor will know what you mean if you do that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in terms of graphing it, your instructor wants to see the vertex. Okay. And they want to see the vertex, the x-intercepts, and the y-intercepts.
Yeah.
That's what they want to see when you're graphing this. They want to see the vertex, the x-intercepts, and the y-intercepts. You don't have to make a table.
Okay, good.
I mean, you can, but it's unnecessary. I think they're just looking for this.
Okay, yeah, they are. We haven't done any table work yet.
Yeah.
We haven't even really done graph stuff. So.
Okay, so let's do another one here. Might be our last one before we move to quadratic formula. Let's see here. Let's go x squared minus 8x. Sorry, I'm just trying to come up with numbers that work. Minus 20. Okay, so why don't you try completing the square on this one, please?
Okay. I don't know if this is right, but first I like chopped 8.5, -8.
Okay, what does that become? So
-4.
x minus 4 squared. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And then I got x with the squared over it plus 8x plus 16 equals 2 plus 16.
Remember, we're collapsing this. Okay, we're not trying to make it. We're not trying to expand it. Okay,
Well,
so x squared minus 8x. Really, this should be moved over. So equals 20. You're trying to fill in this position. Maybe that's what you're saying. Maybe I
yeah,
misunderstood. So what
yeah.
goes there? Sorry, what goes in that position?
16, -16.
Positive 16. It's
Oh, yeah.
positive because when you square a negative, it becomes positive. For you, it's always going to be negative. Or I'm sorry, always positive here, because there are some weird cases where it does turn negative, but just assume it's always positive. So on the right, what does this equal?
4 x minus 4 equals it's the 20 and the 16, right?
Yes.
36.
36. Okay. And then you move it back. You go back. So it's
Minus
it's
36.
minus 36. Yeah. So x minus 4 squared minus 36. Okay.
And then do you add 36 on each side and pretend there's like a 0 on the left?
You've already done that. You've already completed the square. This is done for completing the square.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Now the first thing that they keep asking for is f of 0. So which equation are you going to use for f of 0?
The right.
The right. So can you calculate f of 0 for me on this one?
Yeah, I'll try. That's the H and K things, right?
You're putting 0 in for x.
Oh. And it's called what is it? Wait, what is it called again?
Well, you're finding the y-intercept, but your instructor just says to evaluate f of 0. They say to put 0 in for x. Put 0 in for x.
Yeah. Okay, what do you do from that point?
Just simplify. What is 0 squared?
0.
8 times 0.
0.
So we've got 0 minus 0 minus 20. What does that simplify to?
Negative 20.
Negative 20. Okay. So that's your y-intercept. 0 comma minus 20 is your y-intercept.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now the next thing, I'm going to grab this line again. Equations. The next one is they ask you to do set f of x equal to 0. Set f of x equals 0. So instead of f of x, there's going to be a 0. Which equation should we use? The one on the left or the one on the right?
Then one on the right or left. I'm not
Which
sure.
one? I mean, and we've been doing this all along here. So if I go back up and look here, when we set f of x equal to 0, we're always using the vertex form.
Okay, so the left.
Yes. Yes. I mean, and this is important. It's like, which one is it? So 0 equals x minus 4 squared minus 36. Now I think it'd be easier here if we put the 0 on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're solving for x. So to do that, this is when you add the 36.
Okay.
So x minus 4 squared equals 36.
Okay.
Square root of both sides.
X minus 4 plus or minus 36. And then do you make the 1 and 2 thing?
Yeah, but you have to reduce this first on the right. What's the square root of
36?
what's the square root of 36?
6.
6. And you've done that a couple times where you just said it's the number. It's the square root of both sides. You have to
Yeah.
take the square root of that. So now it's two cases.
X equals 20. Oh no, sorry. X equals 20 and x equals negative 20.
I'm sorry, give me the numbers again.
20 and negative 20.
You're adding 4 to both sides, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. What am I doing? I did 16. I don't know why. X equals 10 and x equals 2. 10 and negative 2.
You got it. Okay, and these are x-intercepts.
Yeah.
X-intercepts are where it crosses the x-axis. So it's 10, 0, -2, 0.
Okay.
And that's useful for graphing. Okay. So let's grab the vertex form one more time, and let's talk about let's actually get the vertex from this, and then we'll move on to quadratic formula. So what is the vertex in this problem?
H is 4.
H is 4.
And then K is -36.
Yes. So in terms of direction, what are the transformations? Up, down, left, right? Well, you start with left or right. Is it
Right 4,
right 4? Good.
down 36.
Down 36. Good.
And then that would be 0 and 36.
No, that's just the direction you're moving. The vertex is 4, -36.
Okay.
That's the part C. Okay, let's do quadratic formula.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't remember if we did this one last time or not, but we're going to start with number 4.
Yeah.
Quadratic formula, x squared plus 11x plus 30 equals 0. It will probably say to solve by quadratic formula.
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing you have to do is identify A, B, and C. These are the numbers in front of the variables. Do you remember how to do this? Do you remember what A, B, and C are?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give me the value of A, B, and C, please.
A is 11 and B is 30 and C is 0.
So here, let me write the standard form above it. AX squared plus BX plus C. So go ahead and revise your answers.
1 x, 11x, and 30.
It's not X. It's the number in front of X squared, the number in front of X.
Oh, okay.
There's something, see, I don't know, something happens, and I would love to some feedback. Like I see there's an X and an X and B is in front of X, but you see something different. I'm just curious. Do you want to share what you saw there?
No, I'm just used to like putting the X there, and then like it just kind of like while I'm rushing to like think about it, like I just say the X with it. That makes any sense.
Okay. Here's the quadratic formula. You have to know this or be given it on the test. Have you memorized this? Will you memorize it? What's your plan? I didn't hear what you said, but
Yeah,
you do. Yeah, you do got to know this. You got to know it really well. Write it down at the top of the test. Okay. So that's why I made you determine A, B, and C, because they're used in this formula. -11 plus or minus the square root 11 squared minus 4 times 1 times 30 all over 2 times 1. So first thing you do is substitute all the numbers into the formula. Then you have to do this part under the root.
Okay.
Okay, so let's focus on that part under the root. Do you have a calculator?
No, I don't have a calculator for that stuff.
Okay, well, how are you going to do this on the test?
Just try to do it by.
Are you allowed to use a calculator on the test? I can't remember.
I'm not one of those calculators that will like do that.
Okay.
Well, you would start off with 11 to the no, not the power 2. But you do 11 times 11. Right?
Sorry, there's something wrong here. Let me just check this real quick.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I'm sorry. I was looking. Okay. So 11 squared is 121.
Yeah, and then minus 4.
So you're multiplying all this first. 4 times 1 times 30.
Oh, okay. 4 times 30 pretty much. So 120.
120. So the
We
part under the,
subtract,
yeah,
right?
it's 121 minus 120.
And then you get 1.
Yeah. So it's minus 11 plus or minus the square root of 1 over 2. What
Yeah.
is the square root of 1?
1. 1.
Okay. So this is kind of a case 1, case 2. You have to do the part in the numerator first.
Yeah. Can you scroll up really quick? My bad.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
You see it's literally like just like we did case 1, case 2. You got minus 11 plus 1 over 2, minus 11 minus 1 over 2.
Yeah. Okay. And then you add 11.
You're just simplifying. So you're combining the top minus 11 plus 1, then you divide it by 2.
Okay, so negative 10 over 2, 5.
Okay. Negative 5.
And then you do 12 divided by 2, 6. And then that could go into 3.
Negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6.
6. Yep.
Okay. All right, let's try another one here.
Okay.
Let's go with 2x squared plus 2x minus 12 equals 0. Let's have you identify A, B, and C.
A is 2. B is also 2. And C is negative 12.
Okay, so that's a good start. You've got to have the formula down. Minus B plus or minus the square root B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Again, when the letters and the numbers are squished together, that's multiplying. So you're going to multiply 4 times A times C and then subtract.
Okay.
All right, so you're just putting the numbers into the formula here. Minus 2 plus or minus the square root 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 12 all over 2 times 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so the part inside the root is really where your focus needs to be. 2 squared is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, but now it's 4 times 2 times minus 12.
So 4 times 2 is 8. And
Okay.
then that'd be negative 8, right?
Negative 8 times negative 12.
12. That would be 1. Oh shoot. Negative 12 times the negative 8. Wait. I don't know. My calculator is not getting this right.
Okay,
Matthew?
so yeah,
Yeah.
so it's I mean, what are you going to do on the test if your calculator's not working?
Just do it by hand or whatever.
Okay, and you're not allowed to use a handheld calculator, scientific calculator.
No, I don't think so. No, not in this.
Okay, so this ends up being plus 96. Okay, and that's nice because that ends up being the square root of 100.
Okay.
Okay, so here's where we're at. Tell me what to do from here.
After that, you would wait. No, you would add. You would. I'm a little lost. I'm not sure.
Let's go back and look at the previous problem, see what we did.
I'm looking at my notes right now.
We're at this line right here.
Yeah.
What's the only difference between this line and the line below it?
There's no like that thing over it, yeah.
Square root.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I would suggest doing the same thing here. I would suggest
And then we
evaluating this. What is
Yeah.
the square root of 100?
50.
It's two numbers that multiply together that are the
10,
same.
10,
10, yeah.
And then
Okay,
you
so
would
it's
add,
yeah, case one, case two. So give me the final answers here, please.
you would add 2, right?
It's -2 plus 10 over 4, and then
Yeah.
-2 minus 10 over 4.
Yeah.
Because you said add 2, it's -2 plus a number, -2 minus a number.
Yeah. First one would be 2.
Okay, I agree.
And then the next one would be 4, -4.
It's -12 divided by 4.
4.
Try again.
Wait, oh my gosh, yeah. 3.
-3.
-3.
Your mom sent over an email here with like a unit 4 quiz 3. Do we need to go through this? Because it's somewhat different than what we're doing.
We don't need to, but I don't know, but it's whatever you think would help.
Well, is this what is this your quiz? Is this
No,
what your quiz?
yeah,
Okay.
that was a quiz from like a week ago.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Well, let's do another one of these quadratic formulas. They're so much fun. Let's keep doing them. Okay. Give me the value of A, B, and C.
Value of A is 2, B is 3, and C is -5.
Okay, so what I noticed here is you took the operator with it on C, but you did not with B.
Oh yeah, -3.
Yes. And a small wrinkle, small little mistake like that early will propagate through the whole problem.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is kind of critical because up until now the B values have all been positive, so I hadn't had to make a big deal of it. When you substitute in for negative numbers, you really want to do it in parentheses. So like B is -3, but you're negating it. So it's negative parentheses -3.
Okay.
And you're squaring it. So it's -3 squared minus 4 times 2 times -5 over 2 times 2. So notice how when I substitute, I'm doing it in parentheses. I recommend strongly that you do the same.
Okay.
All right, now I want you to focus on the part under the square root. Parentheses -3 squared is saying take -3 and multiply it by itself. -3 times
-9.
negative. So
-9.
it's +9. Positive. Two negatives make a positive.
And then you would subtract 4.
You have to multiply these first.
Oh yeah, you'd get 8 minus 5.
You're multiplying all three of these.
8 minus 8 times -5.
Yes.
That'd be 40.
-40, and then there's another negative here.
Yeah, and then you subtract them.
Okay, so that becomes 49.
Yeah.
So in front here you have this negative of a negative. What does that become? What do two negatives make?
Positive.
So 3 plus or minus the square root of 49 over 4. What to do from here? I'll let you get caught up, but that's really key from here. It's like, what do we do now? We've gotten this far because we're almost there.
Then you take the square root of 49, right?
Yep.
And I do not know what that would be off the top of my head. I think 7.
7, good.
And then you do case 1, case 2.
Okay, so give me the final answers here.
Okay. You add 3 plus 7, and then you divide it by 4, right?
That's right.
But 4 doesn't go into 10.
That's right. So sometimes it's a fraction.
So it would be 10 over 4.
Okay, that does reduce 5/2, but that's good.
Yeah. That's what okay. And then the next one would be -10/4.
3 minus 7/4. So that's -4/4.
Oh, 1.
-1. So like all these small little things are adding up. They're gonna all contribute
On a
to.
test, I would definitely be like taking my time more than this, but
Okay.
yeah, because I'm kind of rushing on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed on your quiz, like the good news is like there's a lot of work that's in the right direction of the correct answer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but like I don't understand like what's the difference? I mean, I know this is practice, but you know, your exam's like 2 days away. We got to get really good at this really quick. So
Yeah.
if I make you feel rushed, that's not good. Just tell me, you're going too fast. I don't understand. It's not clear.
Well, it's not that you make me feel rushed. It's just that like I'll be like solving, but like I'm not like looking at little everything because I'm not like naturally good at math. You know what I mean? So I'll have to take my time and kind of like have to count it out and all that stuff. And I don't want to like take like 15 minutes on trying to solve something.
I get it. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. All right, let's do. I mean, full disclosure, I'm choosing all these that work out nicely. We don't have time to do the ones that don't,
Yeah.
but I think it's time for you to try a problem on your own here.
Okay.
We got enough time for you to try it, for me to correct it. Again, I would label A, B, and C. I'll write the quadratic formula, but I'm just interested in your final answers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you 2 case 1, case 2.
And
Or
this
case
does work out nice. Like
Okay,
you should
cool.
get nice numbers at the end.
Okay. Since A equals, would it just be A equals X?
It's always a number. A is a number. What is the
So
number in front of x squared?
A start at 4.
There's a
Yeah,
1.
you got a
There's a
1.
1. Good question, because you got to get those numbers right, or you can't. You have no chance.
Two. And when you do the formula, you always divide by 2, right? Under it.
2a, 2
Yeah.
times a. So
And
the a
then
value here
it
is
would end up
1.
being 2 times 2.
Say that again.
It would end up being 2 times 2.
The value of a is 1 in this problem, so it's 2 times
1.
1.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so the value of A. Oh, okay. So it would be like 16 times 1.
This one is a is 1. Not
Yeah,
sure where
it's
you're
like
getting 16 from. right?
Wait.
A is 1, B is 4, C is 3. If you're seeing the screen.
Yeah, I did. Wait, my thing was 4 to the power of, or not to the power of 2, but the oh my gosh, I cannot remember the name, but the 4 with the 2 over it equals 16.
That's true. Minus 4 times A times C.
Yeah, and then equals 16 with the 2 parentheses and 3 parentheses. Is that right?
You're just putting the numbers in to start. Minus 4 plus or minus 4 squared, 4 to the power 2 minus 4 times 1 times 4. Is this what you're asking?
Yeah, I did that wrong.
You're just putting the numbers in. There's no, you're not trying to evaluate as you go, just substitute the numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I see. All right. Multiply all of it together.
Sorry, C is 3. I don't know why I put 4 in there.
Yeah, that's what I put down. I was
Okay.
Yeah.
That works out nicer.
And that's a -4, right?
Think of it as multiplying the numbers and then subtracting. Try not to deal with the sign right away.
Okay. So 4 and then times 3. 16, yeah.
So what is under the square root?
I got -4 plus or minus 4 squared 4 divided by 2.
Okay, pretty good.
Okay.
So now what do you do from here?
Then you get the square root of 4, which is 2.
Good. And then you got to do your case 1, case 2 here.
And you do -4 plus 2 divided by 2, and then -4 plus -2. -1 is the first one.
Good.
And the second one is just +1.
-4 minus 2 is -6.
Oh yeah, -4. Gosh, 6 +3 or 6 -6. I'm -3. Sorry,
Yeah.
-3.
A3. Okay. All right. So we're going to stop right here.
Okay.